Jim Clouk, aka Checker Pro Joe, here on the Checker Pro Radio Show, talking to Tom, the Attic Fanatic from Austin Solar Attic Fence. Hello, Tom. How are you?
I am doing great. How about yourself?
I am doing fantastic. Now, I know the answer to this question, but a listener wrote in asking what I consider a pretty simple question, but I guess it's a legitimate question. Why take the heat out of the attic? Why are we wanting to remove the heat from our attic, especially in the summertime?
That's actually a good question because I get customers will ask me that, well, aren't all attics hot? And I will say, yes, but there's a difference between hot, and Africa hot. So if we got an attic that's 115 degrees versus one that's 165 degrees, yes, we could say they're both hot, but one is a virtual oven. But what happens when we have too much heat in an attic is basically what it happens is it fills the insulation up with heat. And even when the sun goes down, it's still radiating the energy into your house. And customers will tell me, it's 10 o'clock at night and my air conditioner still hasn't shut off. It can't keep up. It's because the attic is too hot. But the main reason I feel like is what, we have this ductwork in the attic. So your air conditioner is running, air comes across your coil up in the attic that cools that temperature down to 40 degrees at that coil. Well, as the air is traveling through the ductwork in this superheated attic, heat finds cold and it's just heating up the air that's coming back out of your vents. So when we look at the temperatures coming out of like a bedroom vent, like it's in the back of the house, it might be 60 degrees back there. Now it started off at 40. We cooled it to 40 degrees. But as the air is traveling through the ductwork, it's heating back up. So when we lower this attic temperature, we make the ductwork perform a lot better because it's not going to have to hold as much heat back. And what happens is the air that's coming out your vents is colder. It's actually colder and it's actually less humidity in the ductwork. So the air feels drier and crisper. So your house cools down quicker and easier. And then we don't have the heat transferring through the insulation into the conditioned space of your house. So it just makes everything much more efficient and much more comfortable. So if you have a hot second floor, you definitely have to look at ventilation. A lot of people will call and think they need insulation when they have a hot second floor. And I'm like, how does it feel in the winter? Well, it's nice and warm in the winter. Then it's not an insulation problem. It's a ventilation problem. I can tell you before I even look at it. It's always people misdiagnose things all the time. I've been doing this for about 15 years and I have looked at literally probably 15 to 18,000 homes, and it's usually a ventilation problem. It's something that people don't really dive into, and it's not really a craft to them. And sometimes it's a secondary thing. And this is what we really perfect. And we really know attic ventilation. That's why it's called Austin Solar Attic Fans. We really look at the ventilation of an attic, and that's what we do. We want to lower the attic temperature. We take the heat load off of that attic. You don't really need that much insulation. You don't need, some people are like, oh, let's put an R60 in there. I'm like, you really think we need 2 feet of insulation in Austin, Texas? No, we don't. We need about an R30, it's about 10 or 11 inches, and lower these attic temperatures. And then voila, the house is fixed. We do them and they're like, I can't believe this. This is unbelievable. Everybody told me I need more insulation, do this and do all these different things. And it was such an easy fix. Solar attic ventilation is very inexpensive. It's not a big deal. It's quick. We can be in and out. It's a couple hour project. It's not like we've got to tear your whole house apart. Very, very in and out, and get it done, get you taken care of.
Very quick. You were in and out really quick when you came to my home. And it is just a fantastic product. You want to get that heat out of the attic, let the air conditioning system run more efficiently. The humidity factor, like you talked about, there's just so many reasons, just makes so much sense. Tom, as always, thank you so much for coming onto the program and explaining that.
No problem. Thank you.